कशी ते RTI घातली तेजे. Yes.
Advocate Rodriguez had filed an RTI application asking for the details of the two-day training session of the MLAs, which was held at Taj Vidanta. He also asked about the expenditure incurred and the bill submitted. Then my PIO, Sri Mohan Gaonkar, had given a reply, and we have said that it is exempt under Section 8(1)(c) of the RTI Act, read with the Rule of 37, Clause 16. So I have followed all the constitutional provisions as well as the rules of procedure of the Goa Legislative Assembly. Then later on, Advocate Rodriguez came in first appeal before me, since I am the first appellate authority. And there today I passed an order dismissing his appeal. And I have given a copy of the order so that you can see the findings, what I have done in this order. And his appeal has been dismissed. I have followed all the constitutional provisions as well as the Goa Legislative Assembly rules. Thank you.
As per RTI, he told that 2012 the assembly has given their
त्यांना सगळी इन्फॉर्मेशन दिली.
2012. त्यांना कितें जालें आतां देर इज अ ब्रीच ऑफ प्रिविलेज. दॅट इज वाय आय हॅव फॉलोड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अँड आय हॅव टेकन दिस डिसिजन.
The Secretary of the Goa Legislature Secretariat, who heard the arguments on my appeal against the denial of information, the RTI Act. The arguments were heard last week, and the Secretary has today pronounced her order. The Secretary has dismissed my appeal, and in her order she says that furnishing that information to me would be breach of the House. And she also says that furnishing that information to me would be interfering in the working of the Speaker and the working of the House. So this is very strange. So similar information of the training session held for MLAs in 2012, the detailed information was furnished to me in 2012. So there is no reason why it should not have been furnished to me now, because all that I have asked is the details of the training session held for MLAs in June of this year. And I had also asked details of detailed expenditure incurred on that event. So this veil of secrecy that is sought to be kept at the Goa Legislature Secretariat is totally unacceptable. One thing at least, the Secretary in her order has today admitted that those rules of business of the working of the Goa Legislative Assembly were never notified. So, and that is one ground that the PIO had taken. He had said that it would be breach of those rules. Anyway, this information, furnishing of this information is not in breach of anything. In fact, the Goa Legislature Secretariat is now trying to distance itself from the RTI, which will not be allowed, because it is a public authority under the Act. There is a PIO, there is a First Appellate Authority, so they cannot now try to say that furnishing of any information would be breach of the privilege of the House. The RTI Act was enacted for transparency in governance. People are entitled to know what is happening in the functioning of the governance. So this is totally unacceptable. I will now challenge this order passed by the Secretary of the Legislature today. I will challenge it in a day or two before the State Information Commission and let the State Information Commission decide on this matter.
Thank you, sir.